Thank you and welcome to dedication at the semi end point of boot camp. I can't ever say end point of boot camp because that's a big page. And my website doesn't limit me, so you never know what will show up in there next. So keep your eyes peeled. More things will show up in that queue. We have the seasons page that will go in, the seasonal tides, and we also have a sacred spaces. And the sacred spaces is going to be really exciting because it's something totally different. It's just totally different. It's how to practice magic in different areas of your life. So, beaches, lakes, mountains, backyard, kitchen table, family table, all those kind of things sacred spaces will cover. So, as you know, I have been busting Ashley's hump daily on these PDFs. There are about what, Ashley, five still sitting in that queue waiting to roll? Yeah. And then there's a book in there. So Ashley and I are working on a book. So there's a lot coming. It is not a children's book. I know you would think because our whole lives are run by little people, but it is not a children's book. So tonight, let's get to dedication and talking about dedication. When you think dedication, you think an undying contract with something to continue on or start anew, correct? Um, At your birthday, you light candles and you make all these promises to yourself. New Year's Eve, you do the same thing. Your magic is never dull and never ending, but there are cycles in your magic. And you have to be aware of when a cycle comes to an end and a new cycle needs to begin. So let's take, for instance, solstice as a mark because I use solstices and equinoxes to teach you guys, correct? That is our thing. We do tides around here. We do tides, not the wicked creed. So there you go. So when you're stepping into winter solstice, we have this entry into darkness for us in the northern hemisphere. Now we have lovely ladies in our circle that are in the summer southern hemisphere. I can't talk anymore. Be, bewilder with me. The southern hemisphere is now going into their darkness. Okay. So they're now doing the opposite of what we're doing. We're coming out, they're going in. Oh, wow. One out, one in. Make sense? The collective is always maintaining the spaces on a different rhythm. Okay. So as Northern girls, we are coming out. I know some of you already came out at Ostara. How's that going for you? You still bleeding and dragging around a little bit? Probably because you weren't ready. Probably because you were not ready. This last descent, from what I'm gathering from the collective and other people who are actively pursuing their magic, has been very difficult. If you are working, this has been an intense form of somber reflection. A lot of you have gone very solitary. As I have disappeared, so have you. And I love that. I try to lead by example. And when I say lead, the bozo running the shit show, that would be me. But when you guys hear it's time to work, you understand work means many things, correct? Journaling, self reflection, working, creating boundaries for yourself. While you're all alone, you understand what you can and cannot tolerate any longer. Now, this darkness held a whole new level for everyone. It brought the level of being your own light. And I don't do this very often during a class, but I want you to understand this. In the darkness, your light shines very bright. So if I put my hand behind this light is so bright, correct? The flame is intense. When you come out, it loses just a little bit of its luster. The idea of dedicating is to having your intention come behind your light and amplify your magic. So you never lose that solitary aspect of yourself within the collective. Dedication is the time to do that. And when you sit in dedication, there are many things you need to do. You all registered, you all got that big old PDF, right? You're all like, oh, fuck, she's at it again. You're welcome. Those questions are important, they are essential. They will help you hone your light. Your light needs to understand all those things. What's your current practice? How are you negotiating your magic? Where are you sitting? I don't have to go over these because you all got them, correct? And I gave you the most beautiful gift in these. There was even an advertisement in this PDF. We did really good, right? This time, like, we tried to grow up and be big girls. Hold on. Everything sticks together, Ashley. We need to work on that. Okay, so you have these journal pages, right? Right to reveal means you sit in meditation, you align yourself. You all know how to do it. You were all taught. You're not newbies here. The exception of one or two of you, you have all done these exercises before. You have all given me the excuses that you don't know what you're doing, and I don't buy it. It's horseshit. You know what you're doing, correct? You know to sit. You know to light a candle. You know to create your peace, and you know to answer these questions for yourself, correct? Correct. But what I want you to consider this time is this valuable aspect. And had I taught this class 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago when we were scheduled, this would not have been what I taught. But I want you to think. Recent events have changed my perception of what I once thought. Winter allowed the divine feminine to descend, to hone her wounds, to evaluate and feel. You all are feeling differently about yourselves, about your magic, about your somberness, about your joys, and what is really important to you. This is a time when you are arising to prepare yourself to be a vessel to carry the magic your soul contract depends on and need. Each of us has a contract with magic and source. It was established before we were here. When you remember you're a witch, you'll get brief glimpses of it. The further you walk in this path, the more in depth you'll become with learning the intensity of your soul purpose. Your soul purpose may seem trivial to you, but nevertheless, every aspect of what people do builds the collective magic. One person pulls cards, one person reads oracle, one person does candle work, one person does color work, one person does justice work, one person does solidarity, one person does charity, one person does support. And there's always women there who have open arms to take on any job that comes. They are the supporters, the lovers, the holders. They are the place keepers, the sacred space keepers. And then there are the women who keen and cry and feel the loss while the others hold their backs and hold them up. That is a collective. And we must all dedicate to our individual purpose. I can't tell you how to dedicate, Lauren. I can't tell you how to dedicate, Lynn. I can't tell you, Christy. I can't tell you, Reese. I can't tell you, Jen. I can't tell you, Bree. Can't tell you, Alicia. Can't tell you, Toya. Can't tell you, Shannon. Can't tell you, Kathy, Amy, Sin, Tasha. None of you. I can't tell you what your purpose is. That's between you and the fucking universe. Get on your knees, do your work, and have your conversation with Source. That is your job. Do you understand? Yes. These dedications are powerful, but these dedications can also create great magic. If we are pulling the divine feminine up to rise, we need to give her something to sit in. Prepare your womb spaces, prepare your hearts, prepare those 3 cauldrons within you, ladies, and get ready because big magic is pushing out. Big magic is pushing out. There was a great loss on Friday for many faiths. For Mary Magdalene, there was a huge opportunity that arose on that day for her to do everything that Isis had taught her to do. And she did it. She did it with flying colors. Monday, the Pope died. I have a firm belief, one in, one out. Are we going to bring her out? It's time. It's time to bring her and every woman like her and every archetype like her to life again. And how do we do that? Sacrifice is more like an exchange, right? We provide the space for these energies, these emotions, these magical abilities to dwell in. You need to prepare to be a vessel at your dedication. I don't care if you're working with Hecate. I don't care if you're working with Isis. I don't care if we're working as yourself as a deity. Oh, bravo. 2 snaps in a circle if that's you, bitch. I love that for you. okay? Like, I'm thoroughly on board if you were your own goddess. Let me know, I'll send offerings for your altar. I'm here for it, okay? That is the utmost of self-love, when you put yourself at the top of that altar. I am here for that. That is not ego, that is self-love. And when you are overcoming great traumas and spiritual unkindness to yourself, that is a huge push point. Huge push point. So let's talk about what the elements bring to this, okay? First of all, we have fire. Fire is the creativity of you. What are you going to bring into your dedication that is creative that you made with your magic? That's what you're special at. That's what if you were going to run to me in a mentor meeting and be like, look what I made. That's what I want you to put in your dedication, okay? This is your superstar moment. What did you make? Earth, your prosperity. What have you grown? What have you made? Some of us, it's children. Some of us, it's accomplishments. Some of us, it's degrees. Some of it's our gardens. Whatever you are most proud of that your abundance lies in, that's what you bring to your altar. Air, how are you communicating with yourself and others? You forget the first relationship you need to have is with yourself. And when that relationship is aligned and repaired, then can you become a productive member of the collective. You know, that's that RuPaul thing. How the hell you gonna love somebody else if you can't love yourself, right? Correct? Next is water. This one is gonna suck and be horrible, but it's how have you healed? That means you gotta put your old shit in that box on the altar. What are you letting below this time? You know, if you've gone to a retreat with me, we do the small coffin burial into the fire. The girls throw stuff into the fire, their releases. This is a good thing to write and release. A healing can be anything from an old wound to an old version of yourself that wasn't worthwhile, wasn't valuing yourself, allowed others to take advantage of you. It could be things you did to others because you were bleeding out. Wounded people bleed out on other people and they don't even understand it. Till you totally seclude yourself, you don't understand how sick you were. Okay? And emotional sickness is just as bad as physical sickness. It can lead to physical sickness. Finally, soul. What is your transformation? This is your actual dedication to yourself. Write your you're weaving. My feet are like together and I'm like wringing them up and down under the table. You all know that, right? Like I'm rubbing my little feet together. You're weaving. What are you weaving for your new self? What is that new self going to look like? What is your dedication? What do you want to work with? What do you want to experience? Where do you want to go? How do you want your next 6 months to the next veil to look? Belting's a veil. And I'm going to tell you right now, the veil is not thin. It is tore fucking wide open. We just have to reach in and pull her out. It's like that poltergeist scene where you got to pull the rope. I know I'm so aging myself right now because so many people haven't seen that. You just pull that rope. Come to the light, Carol Ann. We got to pull her out. It's time. For years, people have said, the divine feminine needs to rise. The divine feminine needs to rise. Now. Now. This isn't later. This is now. You got to stand up, put your 2 feet in the ground, and rise. Some of you have been working so hard on yourselves, pursuing dreams and working so hard. I'm watching it. I'm not saying much. I'm not. If you notice, I'm not saying much, but I'm watching. And I'm thoroughly fucking impressed. The changes of the last 4 to 5 months of silence in the LHC has done wonders for people. Wonders for people. If you notice, some people just aren't here because working solo is hard, but it also gives character. And it teaches you that you don't need everybody else for magic. But won't it be great when you can bring what you have to the table and watch it explode? That's what to think of. Now, if you're going to bring a deity in on your dedication, I mean, if that's your poison to pick, you have to write a proper invocation and you have to have an offering and a dedication for them at that point in the game. I know a lot of you are going to choose the divine feminine to have a persona for yourself. You're gonna want her to look a certain way. You're gonna want her to behave a certain way. I'm really hoping she comes out looking like that archaic goddess image with the big boobs and the big ass, so I fit right in. I wanna fit right in with her, okay? I don't want her to be a skinny girl, I don't want that. I might take Lilith with her snake. I might be keen on that. But there's an archetype you identify as the dark feminine, the divine feminine, however you define her. That is who you're working with. And everybody's gonna say, "What about a male?" Do we have to have this conversation? Do we have to have a conversation about masculine while we're dedicating to the feminine? No, we don't. Okay. So if you want to do that, we'll fight another time. I'm not in for it tonight. I'm too fired up on dark moon bullshit. Okay. I am straight up on my dark moon bullshit and I'm good with it. Okay. So just humor me tonight. All right. So you have that divine feminine. So if you're going to do a dedication, get all your shit out and love her. Now, I don't have a statue. Don't have this. Oh, I don't fucking care. I don't care. Draw a symbol. Get out something that you associate with her, but get it out. I can tell you right now, I have a big old apple and a big old snake for my altar. I'm going right back to the garden. And if you all know tomorrow's Sleep Token Friday, I will be busy. We get a new song tomorrow. So excited. So, as his last song said, I got lost in the garden and I beg no pardon. Think about the things you can learn if you really dive into the strength of these archetypes and how strong they can carry you forward. So, you're going to get your deity together. What are the necessary supplies for a dedication? How about an offering for each element? That means those creativities, communication, each of those to represent. Everybody's like, I don't think I'm going to remember this, Sissy. Stay after, and I'm going to give you something so you have it, okay? So, a candle. What color candle? I suggest using a larger candle for this. Okay, maybe a Dollar Tree. Now they're $1.50 fuckers. Uh, they're $1.50 them fuckers. But a larger candle for this because I'm going to want you to burn this till full moon. Okay, maybe even further if you can make it last. If you can't, replace that candle in the midst of your stuff and keep this going for a whole moon cycle, dark moon to dark moon. Okay, you really got to feed this. Yes, you have to fucking feed this. You have to feed dedications. It's important. This isn't me gatekeeping. This is just essential, okay? This is what you need to know. Magic requires feeding. It requires energy. It requires talking. I mean, I'm sure you see the TikToks lately where I'm touching my stuff and I'm shaking it and moving it. I'm trying to get through to people that you got to put energy into your magic to make it work. Herbs of purification. You got to clear that space you're working in. However you want to do it. You want to make a rose water wash and wash down the altar you're going to use. You want to smoke cleanse it. However you want to do it. Smoke cleansing it does not include cannabis. Just saying. I know you're all going to be going, "Eh," but whatever. That is not smoke cleansing. I mean, cleansing your temple, but that is not cleansing the temple. Okay. So, and the next is a spiritual representation of yourself or the deity that you're willing to wear and carry with you. So, is it a crystal? Is it a necklace? Is it a mojo bag? What do you want to put there that you can embody with this energy to carry with you every day? I know all of you got bras full of rocks, freaks, all carrying around you crystal bitches with your rocks in your bra. My doctor tells me if I feel lumps that I'm supposed to get in and get scanned, not just, keep rocks in my bra. Okay. But whatever you're going to do, I like to use a pendant when I do this, a special pendant for it. It's usually something I make myself. I usually go get a stick out and drill a hole through it, carve it, and I wear my stick for a while. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm cheap. I don't know what to tell you guys. I just like the stick. So when you're doing this, it's a great time to go harvest violets. They're a very sacred flower. They're beautiful and tiny. Right now, they're everywhere in the Northeast. Get a little bottle, tie it with a string, and put it around your neck, a dandelion, whatever you dandelions are great for life and birth. Life, birth, death, it's a whole cycle. So if you can find something that really resonates with you, tie it on a string and wear it around your neck, but use it during the ritual for your dedication. Now you're going to write a dedication to self. You're going to clearly write what you're looking for, what you want, how you're feeling, open it up, light the candle, use herbs if you choose to support that with herbs, okay? What herbs, Sissy? I do believe I gave you a PDF in the new witch camp, and there is an extensive PDF on the web page filled with stuff and stuff that's not normally seen. I'm going to tell you with this one, I am going to use hyssop for this working for myself. It is something that I am feeling pulled to use more often, and I really want to put it in this dedication. But carving your candle with a symbol, a spiral is a fantastic symbol for dedication. A Hecate spiral is beautiful. A Danu spiral is beautiful. Whatever you choose to use is your symbol of choice. I know all of you have a favorite symbol. Most witches have a favorite symbol. It's just something you resonate with. When I started, it was earth. And then I moved to the tricycle. Then I had the spiral. And now I have a web of weird on everything I own. It's been imprinted on my ass that that's where I live. I'm a weaver. That's where I live. I'm weird. WYRD. And I'm here for it. Okay. So when you find where you belong, it'll resonate with you. It will come easier to you. Cover your head during your dedication. Why? Because if Mary Magdalene came out of that ground, Isis came out of that fire, Hecate popped up at those crossroads, I guarantee you, you would want to be a little veiled because that's a lot of energy coming at you. When do I do this, Sissy? You can do this on new moon. You can do this 2 to 3 days after new moon, or you can do it on Beltane. I teach this class on Beltane for a fucking reason. It is the perfect time to do it. A lot of people do it at Samhain. I think Samhain is not the peak time because you are coming off of this massive high. And when you're on a massive high, it's hard to rein it all in and confine it. You guys have been slowly chugging through the liminal mud. I know you have. A lot of you are writing, I'm getting emails, Sissy, I'm lost. I can't be here, I can't be there. Consistency is hard, even for witches for a long time. I see a squirrel, I'm gone. You all know it. But in your craft, consistency is key. Lighting that candle, having that cup of tea, having that cup of coffee, spending your time. You guys have legacy planners, most of you. When was the last time you sat down and wrote in here? And I know you have them. When's the last time you used it? Don't lie to me, bitches. Don't lie to me. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it's hard for everybody. Muggle life gets in the way, but we are now in witching season. And it is of the utmost importance that you get your ass up and witch. I told you there would come a time when I would come back and be like, it's time. Guess what, motherfuckers? It's time. It's time to dedicate. It's time to get up. It's time to move. I'm not coming all the way out till solstice, but I can guarantee you I'm working. I'm working hard right now. I'm not ready to have my face in the sun. Not quite yet. I mean, I lie. I've been out in the sun every day this week, like picking flowers and shit, because I am in the sun, but not the kind of sun that requires everybody looking at me. I feel a little naked still, and I need to wait till I'm comfortable. And if you need to wait till you're comfortable to come back out, I respect that. The witch in me respects the witch in you, and you know what you need. So there will be many things that come about, many things you see, but these are the basics of how you're going to do a dedication. I know I haven't taught for a while. You're all like, you okay? You all right? You all there? Need oxygen or anything? We have an EMT here. Amy's here. Hey, wait, everybody got a pulse? Everybody good? So, thank you all for coming tonight. I'm gonna stop the camera and we'll take questions because we never do questions while the camera's on. And I thank everybody for coming tonight. It was so nice seeing all your faces. You're magic because you fucking say you are. You're feral because you choose to be.